What are we looking at?
What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today we're looking at a hand history from Timothy. Tim played the Global Millions. This is his day 2, where he ran a little deep. So let's see how it goes.
What stakes is this?
That's the Global Millions day 2.
It's a $50 face at
50,
light,
okay,
Lewis.
okay.
Not betting here.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
bet
I think
here.
this is the first interesting spot, but yeah, we should check a lot.
Still checking. Doesn't
Think
matter.
so.
Ah,
I would continue.
Ugh, indeed.
Sucks. Yeah, I think we have an
Yeah,
optional
calling
bet
one.
when we bink second pair top kicker. In position is incentivized to bet not all of his jacks, but a fair number of his jacks. He often has hands like pocket eights, king
So like
10,
a,
queen 10. He has some dominated 10x here.
so like a multi-way simplification I kind of use when I navigate these spots is like, on the flop, the rule is if the person in position to 2 checks on the flop, he's capping himself. And then rule number 2 is on the turn, if the out of position person to 2 players checks twice, he's now capped himself. So when you check twice, he should be just barreling a lot here, cuz now you, as the sandwich player checking twice, have capped yourself.
Right. Though this is
Oh.
gonna be a major theme of like my studies going forward. A lot of these like, balance lines, like we protect our checking range. Depends on people taking appropriately aggressive actions, and there's just like spots where I am taking the protected line and then bluff catching, and spots where people are never bluffing. So like that's
Right.
definitely a theme that I'm looking for right now.
Yeah, I would assume that the guy in position to 2 players, when the 10 of diamond comes in, it brings in like a million different draws. So he should probably be betting quite a bit. Yeah, this is a decent one, cuz you can bring in the 9.
Yeah, although then we'll have third pair, not second pair. But I mean,
Just pretend you have the 10 on the flop instead of
Yeah.
yeah,
like,
yeah, which I could have.
it still would play the same, I would assume.
flop
Let's
fold
see, so,
there.
He didn't face
he's,
a bet. He didn't face a bet on the flop.
yeah, you have him betting on the flop and he checks, flop checks through.
I know, but we don't have turns, I think, here.
You should
Oh, well,
check.
he
I
He
think you
checked
do.
anyway. That's
Yeah,
important.
but
Yeah.
Louis, his bet on the flop is stronger than his bet on the turn.
Also, the
There-
pot's huge. Did this get 3-bet somehow?
No, no.
Oh, no, that's with his bet. That's with his bet. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, check. I'm pretty sure these are solved for the turn. I don't know why.
there
Maybe
was
this-
turns before, but I don't have.
That's
that.
okay. We can just go through the hand on poker tracker and see
You
what we
have
think for
simple
hold'em
freeway?
manager. But yeah, I think we have either an optional bet or an easy call here.
I
Yeah,
don't.
I agree. I
Easy
agree.
call, that's the thing. It could be a fold in my mind, no?
We lose, alright, so like, he shouldn't be checking jack X on the flop, really. King, queen is probably gonna be betting on the flop a good bit also as like 2 overs in a draw, so. When this 10 comes in, you're doing pretty well with that range versus that range. Like, this is high frequency, like draws or something.
All I'm saying is like he's betting big into 2 players. Maybe we don't need to call here. Just maybe.
He got checked twice.
We also
Yeah,
do-
I think if you're folding, it's an exploit. I don't think it's a crazy exploit at all. But I do think it's gonna be a theory call.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And especially there, like, does he not bet king 10 in position? I think he does.
Probably.
Sure.
Yeah.
Kind of a big bet versus small bet. I might continue. I think I'm just gonna let this go, to be honest.
You follow when you have a diamond here, right?
Like on a two-tone board, it's important to have a diamond.
Yep, I would agree. You're calling, I think you're calling all ace jacks here if it's a small bet. But, versus this size, I think I'd want a diamond.
And then we check raise some like ace nine, pocket tens, pocket jacks, and then some card match like jack ten kind of stuff.
That sounds good. Yeah, I think that's good. You need to be quite equity driven at 25 big blinds, just because the response is gonna be put the chips in a lot. Fold.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't like the, this is
Do
completely
you have a read on
disrespectful.
the, do you have a read on the squeezer?
I don't know. You have my HUD stats if you're, or no, you won't have HUD stats, will you?
I don't know.
Because it's GG.
Yeah, that guy would
Yeah,
have to
this
be
is-
extremely out of line for me to pull the trigger here. Honestly, I think an interesting spot is just looking at the open and the flat, how we play ace queen off here. Off
Oh,
20,
I
I
think
think
that's
it's,
gonna be a theory.
Just pure
theory
jam.
Jam. Yeah.
I
that's a
think
pure
at,
jam.
I think at 20, it's probably definitely a good jam. I'm kind of curious though, if you're like 40, you might be a little more respectful. I'm just gonna kind of fact check some of this real quick.
So what's the range here? Ace, king, and what, tens plus?
Like ace queen suited, maybe we can get in there.
So we'll make it a smidge deeper, just so it's a flatting range.
It's an easy fold, right?
I think
Oh,
so.
this is a fold. Like, I'm not even gonna look up this spot. I would be shocked if we're still going here.
Okay.
Like, I guess, let me just check the cold four range.
Can't be
Cold
Four
four.
against the two opens, you mean?
Yeah. Just, I'm gonna say open and a three bet, cuz I don't think
E-
I can add a
yeah.
flatter.
EP raises, which is a strong range. Guy in middle position calls off of 30, which is a strong range.
Under the gun
Guy
one.
squeezes,
jack.
which is a strong range.
Okay, so I looked this up
All in
on
theory, but
Wizard
yes.
at 30 with the raise call three bet and then our range, and it's ace king off, jacks plus.
Yeah, that's kinda what I'm looking at here at 22, big blinds, effective.
We got a bit spicy here.
Yeah, I'm kinda curious just, as the squeeze though. So let's say cut off.
Would you
We'll
say
say-
ace queen and suited's a fold? Yeah.
Yeah. Wizard has it's close, but it's a fold.
Yeah. Okay, I said ace king and tens plus. I guess that's a bit wide.
That's reasonable.
And then
Yeah,
that's
you
without
said jacks though,
ICM,
no?
right? Cause that's not even the case, cause we have a little bit of ICM here.
Yeah, it looks like you're V pipping this hand, as a squeeze. Like, if we just remove the three better, you are V pipping it, but you're doing some calling. Which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I see that in the range I'm looking at
At
as well.
40 or
You
20?
do some,
The deeper you are, the more you do flatting.
Yeah.
So like, it's a little bit at 20, a little more at 40, about half at 80.
Sounds good.
Okay,
But is it jamming as well? Like some of the time?
Yeah, shallow it is.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta run good, so.
oopsie. Oh, you can four bet, I think, here all.
I
in.
was
think-
gonna say like, if it's a nitty player, a nittier player. Like 7, 3 bet or less, I like calling. If it's above that, I think four betting's got merit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if he's Brazilian
Well-
jam.
Isn't this a larger three bet for this stage of the tournament?
Not really, no.
we're like early in day two, so early in the money.
Kind of deep.
I looked this up at 50 effective, which is close to what we are. Yeah, jamming tends like 30-40% of the time.
Yeah.
Once you're
30%.
once you're in the
Isn't-
money, the risk premium goes down quite a bit, so people are
It doesn't disappear, man.
Yeah,
Gabe
but-
Yeah.
Gabe is right. Honestly, you really shouldn't worry about it at this stage of the tournament. It's gonna be completely inconsequential
I'm
to what
talking
you're
with
doing.
these stack sizes. Shouldn't you be three betting like 2.5x in position?
it's not it's not that the risk premium doesn't go away completely, but it spikes right before you
What do
enter
you
the
mean? You're
money
40
and then
deep. Why would?
Yeah,
then
you're
once
right.
you're in the
Sorry to cut
money.
you off.
Oh,
Why would you go
yeah.
small here.
So four. You
There's
gotta
a
call.
I can pull up a chart for it to show.
Yeah, this looks like a call.
You gotta call. Now you're
Now
screwed.
you're screwed.
If it's an ace, a king, we're not really playing, but if it's a queen, do we call one more?
Oh,
Oof.
queen, I don't
No,
know.
I feel like queen is kind of close because what does he do with ace king at that point? He will be double barreling ace king, I think.
Tens
Mhm.
is bad. We block the bluffs. No.
yeah,
we
that's
blocked
the
too
only
many
hand you
bluffs.
beat then.
It is literally the only hand, right, Pete?
Yeah,
Or king nine suited.
and
Even
it
s-
has a lot of equity against us.
So
Even
tens-
some of his bluffs from the suited aces are ahead now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, wizard agrees with my line. It says the call on the flop is worth 4 bigs, so it's not
Mhm.
thin. It's a call, and turn, it mixes and it raises the sum.
Okay, put the queen on the turn.
Alright, with a queen on the turn, offsuit queen or queen of hearts as well.
Offsuit or whatever, doesn't
Alright,
matter.
rainbow queen. We face a same, so it hasn't been in quarter pot because I don't have the third pot size from him, but same. And we now need to call and it's worth half a big, so kind of thin, but it's a call.
Okay. So you can make zero EV call on a queen. And on an ace, there's no calling?
No, it calls a sliver, raises some, folds some, it's a tricolor.
So this is a spot that I fold in game that I think is probably close to a theory. That's a theory call, you
no,
know?
no, I saw this spot earlier, like a couple weeks ago, and like when you get free bet from early position, you actually fold king, jack 10, but that's at like 50.
Yeah, I would fold here as well.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
this
think
is I think this is a fold, but like cool. I
Think
don't blame a
at
call.
shallow stacks, the call is better.
Woo!
And I mean, I
Well,
don't know.
yeah, that's my thing. Why call if you're gonna fold here?
Yeah, you should just fold pre.
I agree.
Can't fold that flop.
I don't know, man, maybe you can.
I mean, you got top pair.
Ship it in?
Jam.
Oh.
Ooh,
oh.
that's bad news.
Let's hope for ace king. No, ace queen. I mean,
Is-
ace queen. I mean.
Ace
Ace
queen.
queen.
That's,
Raise, good. Good, raise. Good defend.
Oh. Ooh.
I
Oh,
think
leak, yeah.
I probably want to probe.
Yeah, definitely bet the turn. The 5
Mhm.
pips.
Don't you go huge here?
No,
You can't go too big.
a monotone board, the
You know-
5 pairs.
You know, I don't know, maybe we can go kind of big. I don't think you wanna go really big with a hand like this, though. Maybe you do, I don't
although,
know. It's a
the
good question,
bottom
Danny.
card pairing thing doesn't apply when he checks back, because when he checks back, he actually has a decent amount of 5x in his range.
Yeah, that's kinda what I was thinking, like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you wanna go big because of that,
Okay,
but
Yeah,
you can check back
the-
all at once. We have more 5. We do it every day. Every time.
I
Whether
wanna
you
go,
check back or not.
he missed
So-
a C bet, so I wanna go big.
Is
The,
this,
the thing
is
pointing
this
the
a
other
hand?
direction is, it's a, it's a monotone flop, so. So like sizings are still pushed down a little bit.
Yeah, I think about pot size instead of overbet.
Okay, so wizards all over the place. We have overbets with 5x. We have pot size with 5x and some other stuff. We also have 8% of the time we min bet, 20% of the time we bet third pot. So we've got everything. A lot of nines are going third pot,
What's it wanna do with top pair?
third pot.
yeah,
Okay,
if you think of this
with
hand,
bluffs.
there's trip fives, there's flushes, there's straights. So our 9 is kind of the middle of our value range here.
Yeah, it's like thin value. You want to get called by like pocket eights
Yeah.
with a diamond or something.
Yeah, so the, are the
You
big
want to go
bets,
small.
are the big bets with a diamond in your hand, mainly?
No, actually, for bluffs, yes, but then also just 5x, regardless of whether it has a diamond is good enough.
Oh, so it's the value range is trips and flush, and then flush draws as bluffs, right?
And yeah, when flushes are value as well, of course, but they get to go a little
Yeah.
smaller because they're a little bit less.
The diamond
less
plus
vulnerable.
better is going like 80%. And then, yeah, the overbets are from the 5.
Yeah, I see that. It's like queen eight off with the queen of diamonds goes crazy.
Yeah, that's because it also blocks the straight.
Yep, blocks a straight, has a diamond, great bluff.
What's the check-in frequency on the flop for the button?
It's actually fairly high.
Yeah, I was
Button
thinking like
checks 30, yep.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we have all kinds of nuts on this board. It's a
But even
really
after
bad spot.
he checks back, we, on the turn, we still check 45%.
Okay,
Timothy, do you have GTO Wizard up now?
Yeah, I have it up. Yeah, Louis, do you want me to pull this up in Wizard
Yeah,
rather than Pio?
yes.
Yeah, because Louis wasn't able to find it in Pio.
I'm working with some old tech here.
That's fine. Alright, so 965 single suited, 30 effective button versus big blind. Here's button's checking range. This is the thing I mentioned that the 5 pairing isn't that good for us. Button bets a little bit of 5x, but he's actually holding a lot of his 5x in reserve, so when it pairs, he has it. He checks 30. 5 rolls off, and
Bro, you
here's
gotta
our
change your color
range.
scheme. It's red, 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 and more red.
Yeah,
I like this
Christmas
one.
is over.
50 shades
I
of
like this one.
You can't differentiate anything. Why?
The dark,
Why?
the dark
it-
reds, the big bets. Danny.
doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
exactly. It works for me. Anyway,
No, but the
so like we were saying,
1.15 and 1.9 and 3 are all the same color.
Doesn't
Anyway.
matter.
this one's alright for me. So like we were saying, like straight blocker with a high card, king 8 off, queen 8 off, jack 7 off. A lot of big
Okay.
bets.
Hang on, the fact he checks, we still lead most of the time on this turn. Doesn't matter. if we Bet or,
55.
hey,
55.
show me something. Show me something. If he bet small, we call. Do we check more or do we check less? I think it's the same.
So like if he bets, let's say 1.15, which is a pretty common sizing,
1.9, highest
sure, I'll
frequency
give him 1.9.
call, 5 of spade. And then do we check more? We check a little bit less.
Just a hair less.
Just a little bit.
So.
But our,
so-
our betting is definitely smaller now.
And it seems like we're a lot
Ah.
less over here. Look
Sorry, I
at
pulled up something else. Are we using a big bet on the turn or a small bet?
all over the place.
Both, all over the place.
Our,
This
Our
hand goes
hand-
small.
our hand
This hand
wants
goes
to
small.
go
But
small.
look at this end. There's no polarization. There's no big bet.
That's what I'm asking
Yeah,
about.
look-
Like, this
yeah,
is,
Louis,
this
like
is
you
only
were sa-
50% small.
Like you were saying, Louis, when he value bets flop, the 5 pairing is very good for us. And so we have like a, not a range bet, but a large portion of our range bets. Yeah, classic turn donk on bottom pair, like you were saying.
Yeah,
after
yeah.
key bets.
Probing is usually bigger than donk leads in general.
Right.
Like you can
Yep.
probe for like a pot size, but then the leads are usually like a third or half pot, something like that.
Yep, spot on. Alright, so we take it back. This is as played. Alright, what do I do here?
So it is
Yeah,
all
you
over the
It's all
place.
yes.
Probe. Probe to me implies small and it's anything but.
Louis, what's my action on turn? Do I check?
Yes, check,
With
check.
Jack 9 off, Jack 9 off, no diamond. That's reasonable. You can see here it bets more with a diamond. It only bets 50% without. Okay, check, check. What's any action on the river?
River is the 6 of clubs and then you don't.
Do I hate it? I think I kind of like it. I think I get called by ace high. Yeah, alright. If I was holding this in reserve, I need to,
What kind of
Get
size
after it.
does it use? Because you're going a little bit over half pot.
What size is that?
seems good. Wizard wants to go like 3/4 pot.
Okay. So maybe a bit bigger.
So this is, yeah, wizard wants to go 2/3 pot.
So tell me again,
Alright.
how do we play this optimally? On the flop? Check, check, that's nothing we can do here. On the turn, we could lead here. We could,
could
We can
lead small
bet this
or check.
specific hand like half of the time, but we need to not overdo it.
okay, and then it goes check, check, and leading here is mandatory. And that's it. Okay,
Hey, I played one right.
So
Like
we're
a solver.
targeting ace high, king high.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
I'm definitely Also, like any underpair, like eights or sevens that somehow got to that river, I think we'll be inclined to call.
A worse 9.
Yeah,
Mm,
right. He has 10-9, he has 9-8 maybe.
This is
Sure.
probably fine.
That's it.
Oh, this is the one I put up in the forum where
Well, so,
donk jams river and saved me from bluffing it off because I was definitely gonna bluff it off.
well, guys shouldn't have ace queen. Like, I mean, those two-tone, two Broadway boards are definitely like good boards to bet on the flop. And he picks up equity on the turn, so I would imagine it's probably fine.
You went small on the flop, right?
He did go small on
Yeah.
the flop.
Seems fine.
I like
Yeah.
this sizing on the turn. It's like a good river jam.
So
So
here,
I remember looking at this, this is the preferred action with low hearts, but not with low spades. The suits are reversed in Louis, but
you need to check here.
Yeah, I was gonna ask which flush draws do we prefer to check here?
you bet like your bottom hearts and your top spades. It's a bit confusing.
So we
if we
did
have
get check
7
raised on the flop.
Yeah, so if we have like 9-7 of hearts, 9-7 of the high card suit, then we do go big on the turn.
So it's not a double
Front door
barrel
flush draw.
five, right? But if it
Not
was
with this hand.
something else, if it was something else than a 5, like a 10 or better,
Ooh,
how about that? Did you look at the heat map here? So I think that's I would guess that if it's a 10 or higher, we barrel every turn. Oh, well, not so much. Spade not good. Spade is the one that reduces all of our frequencies. And then
Yeah, cuz I think a lot of his range might be composed of spades.
seems like every turn is at least 50% check. There's no really great turn for us, right?
So he doesn't, so
It's
big
not-
blind doesn't have backdoor spades, but he has backdoor hearts. That's probably why we barrel hearts more.
Actually, I think this is subtle. He does have backdoors, but they're ace X and they're queen X. So I think we want to block those. So like we barrel, Louis, look at turn. We have in your sim the suits are reversed, but like look at queen 7 suited.
Yeah,
We're barreling that in hearts.
yeah, but that's a pair.
Right, but we are barreling it. And I think the point
Yeah,
is
that
that
makes it weirder.
that blocks his backdoor hearts. So when we get there, we face less reverse implied odds of him having
You know
hearts as
what?
well.
I'm under the impression we barreled the nut back, these, like the king 7 is the second nut, but okay, ace has a pair, queen has a pair. So, yeah.
so I
Yeah,
think it's because he don't get check raised on the flop. So like, actually the backdoor's not great. So like, look at your bet on the flop and look what he's check raising. How many front door flushes is he not check raising?
It's not check raising very much here.
So if you isolate spades,
Up and bottom. It's polar.
you can hit spade next to PEV. It'll make it clear.
Here,
Right, so like, yeah, he's not doing a ton of them. Alright, so what about hearts? He's doing, it seems less hearts.
Yeah, the backdoor's mostly fold on the flop, right? So I think that's why when in our scenario, when the backdoor comes in, we need less protection.
Yeah, that's kinda what I was thinking too. So like the back door coming in is not as great for, cuz he calls a lot of his backdoor stuff. So
Yeah.
you're just gonna be up against like a queen with a flush draw here a lot.
so the
And
back
we're-
door.
Exactly.
Check a lot.
gonna
So yeah, so again, you bet the bottom front door flushes there. So like 9-7 of hearts is a great bet. But then you bet your high backdoor flushes.
And he's gonna have the hearts, so we can get value from those when we bet.
Wait, so
And obviously he
9-7 of
makes it easy
spades
for
is
us
a
on river.
check? It's a check? Did you say 9-7's a check?
It
No,
is.
it's not. No, it's not.
It
It
is,
is.
It is on the
The
turn.
suits are reversed in Pio. Louis has a
I'm trying
similar
to
suit
figure out what
reversed.
Ken's
Every
talking about,
suit-
getting
every
value
suit, but not the
protection.
back door.
We have 9 high.
No, I'm talking about range.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Just check turn next time.
Yeah, because I'm always betting that every time, and then
Oh,
probably
yeah, I mean,
bluffing
I'm-
river.
Yeah, you do
Exactly.
that every other
Louis, same here, same here.
I probably would have bet it too.
I'm surprised it wasn't betting like King Jack O with a spade either. It was like checking all frequency or King Jack O on the turn, which surprises me. Because if
I
I
think
had
it-
like King Jack O with a spade, I would blast it there.
Best unpaired hand.
Nine, king eight. You know, these low.
Yeah, I guess we just have worse showdown which we want to do it with. Because I know you
the jack
definitely
of
want to do it.
spades there. No, it's not really doing it with the jack of spades. Right? 10-8 is with not even spade.
It's not an uncommon theme to see the worst flush draws checking in certain spots. I've learned.
Ooh, nasty.
Yeah, I don't like this spot. This is kinda gross. I would probably just fold, to be honest. I mean, what do you do? Like, you have no,
All
con-
in.
so yeah, you're just
No, I
gonna
would
pile.
fold, but I think this is one of the bluffs. Probably.
We got 17 big blinds effective.
Where are we in the tournament?
Yeah, he made it too big, actually.
do.
If he made it 5, I would
The
consider
money.
it.
We're in the money?
So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at something real quick.
I don't
Symmetry.
I don't think this is a full bet.
I mean,
be
guys,
honest.
I think this depends on my.
It's not a 4-bet. It's, I looked it up in a similar spot and it says 0 EV call.
Did you say it depends on your mood, Ken?
Yeah,
I like that answer.
I mean, fair enough.
I mean, sometimes I'm just gonna run it and say, alright, I got some good suck out equity with this exact combo.
Yeah,
Run it, sometimes I'm being tight and trying to make money and I fold.
Goodness.
It's a sliver of
Mm.
4-bet, but mainly call.
I'd say you're more likely to full bet what, like King Queen suited? Is that a full bet as a bluff?
It
Or
is
more?
in the sim I'm looking at, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Look, I wanna see some charts here.
not in the one I'm looking at.
Oh.
What are you looking at?
Charts here, so.
Alright,
Hold
so
on,
here's, I had to pull up, I didn't have a 3-bet versus UTG1, so I had to pull it up as low jack versus cutoff.
Mhm.
Cutoff 3 bets to 5 big blinds, it comes back to us. King jack suited, 0 EV call, king queen suited, king
Okay, so
jam
it's
sliver.
mixing folds, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah, mixing
My
folds.
book, this is an easy fold.
Yeah, yeah, I think.
If it
it's,
says
easy fold.
calls minus 0.01,
Yep,
you know? Alright. So you're supposed to defend what here? Ace jack off? Ace 10 suited?
Ace jack.
ace
I
jack
think.
off
fold.
No.
is just jamming, ace 10 suited is jamming. You have very little calling here, a little
Didn't
ace 9
say.
suited, ace 8 suited, king
What do
queen
you do with
suited.
pairs here? Pairs, like.
I have no
You
calls.
jam them, jam 6+, 6s plus.
You
Okay.
can defend 7s, 9-8 suited, ace 10 suited, king queen
What do you
suited.
do
I mean,
here?
it's all very sensitive to position.
A jack 10 suited is an easy fold, queen 10 suited, easy fold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very linear. The range.
Tim, was that a chippy V?
Yeah, it's chippy V.
Yeah, so there is a little bit of, risk premium, so I think, yeah, it definitely falls out.
Yeah, yeah.
All in here,
This looks like a jam.
This is a good
Yeah.
squeeze, I think.
multi
Do we
way.
have enough fold equity though?
I think so.
Because
13
I
bigs.
feel like if hijack folds, then like the button's like kind of getting good odds to call with a lot of hands.
Well, he
I'm okay if he
is.
calls with pocket eights, like, I don't hate getting called with an overlay against pocket eights, like, that's still profitable.
Because
for
like
me.
if it folds around to button, what he has to call, what, like 10 to win like 20? No, to win way more than that. Like
26,
25.
27,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, he's
Multi-way,
gonna
I
be
think it's a
calling you a
fold,
lot, you
actually.
know.
Hey, I wanna see a chart here. What do you guys think?
Queen jack, maybe, you need queen high, or definitely like king jack.
I don't think this is a
falls
slam
out.
dunk. I don't think this is a slam dunk as like, because like we only have 13 bigs. It's actually not that much fold equity.
Multi-way, I think this folds out. Falls out.
By the
Can
way,
you
I'm
look the
looking at
prior
an
ranges for
ICM.
this? To
I'm
have the
looking at an
multi-way,
ICM sim for the previous spot and you're actually defending more, it looks like.
I have a
Bizarre.
sort of a sim here. I'll pull this one up.
so I'm confused. Are we chip EV or are we ICM?
Everyone keeps
Low
talking about,
ICM, early,
yeah,
early in day
honest-
2. We're early in the money, in a big event, so we've got a
Okay,
lot
so
of
we
like.
are in the money. So I
Yeah, we're in
thought
the
you
money.
said we weren't, and I thought LP. said
There's
we
a
were.
little bit of ICM.
So,
don't
this
know
isn't a
what-
perfect sim. I'll look for a better one, actually. This is final 3 tables, which is like probably a little bit more ICM than we really have. Okay, this is a good one. Has cutoff with 32, button with 24, small blind with 12. That's actually very close to the situation we're in.
So
And-
what is the big blind, by the way? There's a concept here that may come into play.
16, it was larger than me and smaller than them.
Okay, so
And yeah,
these,
so we're mostly just jamming. It's like a pretty normal squeeze range, suited tens, ace jack off plus against late position. Pretty normal looking, I think.
so is that the real situation you're in? Like, what about in game? What was the big blind?
Quite similar, 16 or so.
Okay, then that makes sense.
It looks like it a lot. So
Because like, some of the stuff I've been looking at lately, whatever the initial opener is opening, this range is designed to play versus the big blind. So he's opening this basically 15, 16 effective, which is gonna affect how we approach the spot from the small blind. Like if it was deeper, I think it becomes more, way more call oriented with this region. But since he's shallower, it's probably fine as a jam.
everyone folded.
And that one just got through. Yeah.
That's pretty sweet.
Jack 7 suited.
I open this.
Yeah.
Easy raise.
Wouldn't it be the opposite, Galen? Cuz he
We're
might not be
raising-
opening the 7-8 suited stuff.
Look at asymmetrical flats, Danny,
We're raising like suited fives from the button there, right?
in the server I made.
You guys can get a check on that. 20 big blinds on the button. We're raising like suited fives roughly.
Yep.
Sweet.
I think this is definitely near the bottom with the reshove stacks, but yeah.
Check.
Yeah, I'd check.
Is it
Yeah, it seems like a
Yeah.
good.
You have the ace of clubs, so you're kind of blocking some draws too, right?
Is this
Yeah, so we're
not
not.
where you should go polar?
Yeah,
I-
I think it's check or large, but we're short too. The SPR is only 2.
I think you get nothing out of going large here, really.
I
Cause
agree.
With aces, yeah.
like.
You mean in
it-
general or with this hand, Galen?
With this, in this spot right here, the guy's 12 effective. Like, if you're gonna go large, his continuing range is going to be the same as if you were to check and he's going to bet.
Yeah.
And,
Okay, because it's too short, but what if,
Bec-
if it was 20 big blind effective? Do you bet big here?
I would still probably play check. So like, one thing I've looked at recently is the closer the caller is with relation to the opener, out of position betting gets nuked. The further away the caller is from the opener, the more you're gonna bet out of position.
Let me ask you
So-
this. Do you think we have any all-ins on this flop?
No, because
No.
there's a flop straight.
I think we. do.
I agree. I agree. No, there's none. I have a chip EV solution up.
If it was a 3 of hearts, Ken, maybe.
Yeah, I'm check cool in that spot. Personally, with the ace of clubs. Like our hand's not that vulnerable. Like he shouldn't
Alright.
really have 10-9 suited, to be honest. He's
That's
probably jammed
short.
us.
How many 5-6 suiteds does he have that short that he called with?
Yeah,
None.
He doesn't have no.
He should
None.
fold.
He's not supposed to have any. He's supposed to have some like
No,
suited
Even though there's a
Broadways.
straight on board, that's irrelevant with the ranges.
Yeah.
Fair.
He does have some 10-9, it looks like.
I
which
mean,
is
who
a
knows,
straight
who
draw.
knows what exact range? I think people vary a lot in what they're calling the button with, but here's what Wizard thinks he's calling with. On the flop, this is not a mistake, but it's probably a frequency mistake. We're supposed to be betting, like kings and worse, some aces, not really,
No
but
all-ins.
it's
We do have
not
all-ins.
strictly wrong.
So
If
put a
we-
3, if you put a
Yep.
3, I'd be interested.
Put out a bet of 3 or what?
No, I was gonna say, if you
Instead of
change
the
the
four.
4 instead of the
Oh,
4. I know it doesn't make a ton of sense range wise, just like
So
you
It
said.
is going polar here, right?
Yeah, some of our
So-
hands, like the
It's
mid,
going
the mid
polar
pocket
and
pairs.
then there's
So
no gap between the razor and the collar. Just
we
saying.
bet a tiny bit, a tiny bit more, Galen, like you were looking at, I think.
Mhm.
Look at
No,
this,
no, what I
1.6.
was saying, yeah. Like if you had the same arrangement, but it was like under the gun opener, I think the betting frequency goes up. Is all I
So
was
in this
saying.
case, we bet 1/3. He's supposed to call with like some like ace highs, some king highs, some queen highs with backdoors.
Can you look at this in the new pre-flop tool?
What do you wanna look at it?
Pre-flop academy? Does that give you the flop action?
Mhm.
What do you? Yeah, we can look at
Louis,
the
what's
flops.
the
I'd
turn?
be
Is the
curious
turn a
how
jack of
ICM
spades?
changes this like scenario.
Louis, is the turn a jack of spades?
The jack of spade, yes.
Alright,
I know. I see we're betting a lot here. I guess it's because Button just doesn't have any of the
Hang on.
sets while we do.
Hang on, the 4 is a 4 of heart. Doesn't bring the back door.
okay.
Cause I feel like at ICM, if you have like pocket nines or tens here, or even jacks, they might just wanna go all in.
Oh, interesting. So that changed it. When it was double flush draw on the turn, we had some jamming. You see that a lot, like double flush draw turns and the aggressive player, pushes equity pretty hard. On this turn, I'm supposed to check. What did I do?
Yeah. I was gonna say that. Like once you bet the flop, I think check the turn's good.
I'll look up the spot cam for you. I don't think it's gonna make a difference, though.
Thanks.
Well, no, I can do it.
It's not really a board we jam on. It doesn't connect well
Do
enough.
we know
Yeah,
that in
I'm like, what are you
ICM?
trying to get value from? That's the thing. Like, if anything, you want him to like bluff the river.
So
I
what
don't know.
kind of configuration should we pick? Go to pre-flop? This is, help me out.
I don't know if we have an asymmetrical spot that's gonna make a lot of sense here. I would just use like 20.
25,
25 is gonna be higher than we're experiencing here, but you could use it just to show Ken's
50.
point.
you think it's
50.
higher? What's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
gauge? How do you gauge it? It's your perspective, right?
Actually, I'm sorry, never mind. Ignore me.
Tell me about your perspective. What do you think we're looking at here in terms of ICM?
Here, I'll send
Great
you
question.
I'll send a chart to you
I wanna,
and
I wanna
you
know
can
what do you think?
use it.
25%, 17%? What is closer here?
I would say it's. Here, hold on. Let me just send you this chart.
Between 25 and 50 is what I would guess.
You caught me off guard.
Yeah, I wanna say the same.
Alright, so
But I really don't know.
Alright, look at your DM and so you can
no.
show this and you can easily estimate it. Hold on one sec, actually.
what are you doing? Why don't you just answer the question?
We could have looked at both by now.
His brain is freezing. Let's look at 17%. So what kind of arrangement do we have here?
It's
back?
gonna be like 50% of the field or something.
Where do you get that from?
The picture I just sent you in your messages.
This magic chart with all the math, does all the math for you.
Scary. I'm gonna click.
Yeah, 17 is gonna be pretty high ICM because that's close to the bubble, right?
Oh, look at this.
Then
Alright, you see money bubble
There you
is the spike and then it dumps. You see where it dumps? You have that choppy region that starts to kind of go parabolic as you approach the final table. If you plot back, at most, it's 1.25 if you have a large stack versus a large stack. We're not large versus large. We're like short versus short, so we could estimate our risk premium somewhere around 1.15. Track it back over here.
1.15, yeah, sure.
200 players out of a 400 man field equals 50% ICM.
So it could even be less than 50 here.
if you look at
Yes,
percent ICM.
Or,
it-
you know what I mean?
That's what I was referring to earlier when I said when the bubble pops, you're kind of playing, not exactly chip EV, but you're playing pretty close to it.
So like now if it was a big stack versus big stack, you could probably use 25% of the field. If you wanted to be generous. But like this arrangement, 50% of the field's gonna be fine.
Are we doing a tournament review or ICM
Call.
work?
Apparently there's ICM work, but it's a
Yes.
tournament review.
Yes is the
Oh,
answer.
okay.
Yes.
I mean, can you do one without the
Basically-
other?
Basically, it's a tournament review where he's already in the money, so there's ICM involved.
I
Okay,
think there's
fine,
been, I
ICM
think there's been a
difference.
overemphasis on ICM today.
Yeah,
But,
like someone said, like ICM is pretty minimal once the money pool pops. I mean, it's
I
still
mean, yeah,
relevant, but
I'm making
it's not
basic
huge
mistakes like
adjustments.
betting aces out of position. So I mean, come on.
Yeah, then what do the colored lines mean?
if you look at the top, there's
It's your
key.
stack size interaction.
Yeah,
yeah.
there's a key at the top. It says, so like blue would be short
okay.
stack versus short stack, red would be short stack versus big stack, so
Yeah, I
on.
see it now.
So we can guess there's like a 5% to 7% to somewhere in that ballpark of risk premium.
That
So if
seems
you're playing-
reasonable.
If you're playing like medium versus medium or big versus short, just do chip E EV.
That's not unreasonable, Joey.
I mean, you can't do complete. I mean, you'll get close to the answer, but you'll be not quite right because ICM is still relevant, right? It's just not hugely relevant.
If you
Yeah, you're
wanted to,
I was just gonna say, you could basically think about those as like cutting out the bottom of your range, but keeping the
Yeah.
rest.
yeah, you could think about your chip EV solution and maybe just take the lower variance line and it would probably be close.
I don't know, man, cuz I'm not smart enough to just rule out an ICM solution just because like the risk is not very high, you know?
I mean, no, I get it. Like your half pot bets become like 40% bets, like
Yeah,
those
so
kinds of
in-
adjustments.
I
Yeah.
think
In
some
general,
of us are pretty quick of absolutely like ruling it out. All I'm saying is we need to be cautious.
I was just curious if any portion of our range goes on here. Obviously, I don't think aces do, but I thought there would be a portion of our range that wants to jam.
I don't think there's gonna be a portion of the
No.
range that wants to jam here at all. Like,
No, I was on the wizard solution and there's no jamming.
this is it's a highly contested board texture and I don't know, it just, I don't see,
And 2x pot is just too much.
SPR is kinda wonky still. Never mind. So a jam. I like jamming here.
Yeah, I like jam.
Louis, what was the end of that aces hand? Did I value bet river and he folded?
Yeah,
Okay, that makes sense.
Let you bet turn and he folded. I don't remember.
Okay. I wanna check raise this.
I like a check. We don't really connect well with this board.
And then he can stab with lots of mess stuff that we're happy to deny from, right?
He'll stab with
Yep.
like 10x, 9x.
And a lot of
Yeah.
people are just gonna overstep when you check to them.
Right. And he's gonna go broke with like nines or tens.
Yeah, ace highs, yeah.
Could even check call maybe? Is that crazy? And check raise turn?
I think,
That's crazy.
I
Yeah,
think
do-
check calls crazy.
I do not like check calling at all.
yeah. Like if you're gonna get trapped, it'll be like with aces or a set or
Aces.
something.
Yep.
I don't hate.
Jacks
check
are too
corners, a flop
vulnerable.
Straight.
You have 20 big blinds and an overpair. You're happy to get all the money in.
Yeah, makes
He doesn't have 9-10 offsuit. He has 9-10 suited.
right.
Is he stacking
Louis,
off
watch it. You have
with?
a two-tone board there. This one's rainbow. You wanna see it in wizard? I have it in wizard.
Oh, how about that? It's a pure check call. Wow. Sorry.
Louis, you'll just have to tell me the action. Alright, so we do check a lot. You can bet a little bit, but check a lot. What's his action on flop?
he bet
tiny.
small, a third.
Alright, so
Why are
he
you
bets
looking at
third.
25? Oh, it's 20, no?
Well, no, we had 20 after raising, so we were like 23 effective, I think.
So here you're supposed to check call, right? Full
It does
frequency,
check, it does check call here.
It does
Wow,
check
who's
call. It's
crazy
interesting.
now? Oh.
but
Well, but it's like tens is jamming, kings is jamming, queens couldn't get in there, so it's a little hard
Tens
to.
and nines
Can
are
we
good
block
because
so many bluffs?
tens and
Tens are-
nines got redraws if they need it.
Yes, exactly.
And they
Right,
need
like against-
protection as well.
Yes. Tens and nines need protection and they redraw to the nuts, so. And you block the nuts, so.
Right, yeah,
Put a
blocking the
brick
nuts.
on it, check. He goes
Alright, Louis, what did we do?
polar,
So we went with the 3x check raise, basically.
and then we jam turn, exactly, okay, cool.
But
And then he
that's-
calls.
That's where it ends.
Alright, then it is.
So we went with a check raise, yeah.
I like it.
So, actually, I have a question about that spot. So let's say you check raise. And they call. Are you expecting to just get it all in regardless of the card that shows up? If
You're
you
not-
check raise and they 3-bet, are you calling off with the overpair? Or
Yeah.
what was your
Yes.
thought process there?
You're not supposed to check raise.
Yeah, but I'm asking Tim,
I mean,
like, what,
I don't think he's.
It's
folding.
probably. As far as the
Let me
check
share
raise
screen
go,
again.
Well, according to this whole group, it's a check raise, so surely there was a plan in
according
place
to
by
this-
I was
someone.
in your
According-
corner, Danny.
well,
according to
no,
the solve, it's not, but I think it's still gonna be like similar EV. It's doing some sort of range thing to where he's probably supposed to block bet all of his jack X. So when we have jacks, we're blocking his bluffs. But I think it's still like, especially with ICM, you just want to deny equity. So I think it's
yeah,
Louis,
Fine, but-
let me share screen.
I just wanted to know, like, cause he did check raise in that moment, like, if
So,
he faced.
so yeah, the
if he
question
faced-
was,
Yeah,
yeah,
but if you
after
face a
getting
three
called.
bet, what would you do there?
Oh, I mean, we're
And
just gonna call it off with a 3-bet.
You're gonna
I
call
think.
it off and see what happens, and then if they call, what's your intended action after?
So yeah, I pulled this up. So this is after cutoff calls, our check raise. This is the turn report. So yeah, on bricks, we're just jamming a lot. Mostly jamming on deuces, threes, fours. Jamming a lot of high cards, jacks, queens, kings.
I went down a
Sixes
lot on
and-
aces and queens. Kings I don't seem to care about kings.
Yeah. Aces, we slow down. Eights, nines, and tens, maybe we slow down. Sixes and sevens, kind of good for us, because it makes it less likely he has those sets. And it neutralizes some two pairs, like if he had 8-7, then a 6 counterfeits him. Fives, we also slow down, of course, because that's a 4-liner.
Sounds
I
good.
think it kind of
sounds
makes
good.
sense.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it makes a lot of sense.
Sorry, I just wanted
Uh,
to ask as like a learning opportunity, because I think it's.
Louis, on that
good to
one you
think
put that
about if
up,
you're
that
check raising.
last hand, was I floating king 10 out of position with no flush card?
No, I don't think you call. You just,
Oh, okay, it was just, I thought this was, I called on the flop, alright, no, I called pre.
I like it, jam. Nice.
We get there.
do you need
Call.
call here?
Yeah,
Oh, we're in
I
small
think we're
blind.
deep enough to call.
I kinda wanna call.
I'm folding.
I'm probably. I'm
Either
probably
way,
folding
right?
as well.
Let's go.
Thin call, maybe it mixes.
Let's go.
Maybe 7-8 is the bottom. I don't know.
Not
I
a
mean, the
great
bo-
use of two
The
big.
bottom cards are decent because you're kind of playing the other end of the board, but it's still multi-way out of position and
Oh,
inflated.
Like
pot.
to change my answer, please.
Yes, I immediately would like to change my answer.
So is it a big bet? Or is it a small
Uh,
bet? Or a one big line?
It's a rainbow turn, so what are we afraid of?
I might check here.
I think it's probably a big bet because we're gonna be betting with polarized parts of our range. We're not gonna just be stabbing
Mhm.
small with like a 10.
You don't think it's like half pot? Cause we're 4 away here.
yeah, half pot
like-
would be the big bet, right?
Yeah, that's like, I mean, we're not betting like a quarter or a third. I think we're betting half pot or larger.
This is.
I
my-
have seen-
2/3.
Might be a little bit big.
I
That's
have
big.
seen some where you get to go a bit larger on the turn if the flop goes check, 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 check.
But like, that's a
So you
board
guys
that we
think-
have equity so locked up.
Right,
Like, I think it's a board we can go small on and polarize river too.
I think that's
Do
fair.
any-
Just
does
get a
any-
couple big blinds, which like even in low ICM, it's very valuable to just lock up an extra 3 big blinds, right?
Does any portion of your range really want to bet small though? Like you want to just be polarized to like really good hands and then some like draws, right?
Is this just not a
Um,
fold?
king ten suited might like to bet small. I don't know. 5-6.
I think because it's a four-way pot, you're gonna be a little linear and one guy's showing down automatically. Like, I don't think you have a lot of bluffs there.
Oh, and the big blind has more sevens than us too, so I guess we have.
Louis,
Eyes, right?
45 effective, we should VPip small blind versus button, right?
I don't know about ace deuce. Every other suited ace, sure, but this one, I don't know.
I'm looking at the chip EV and it's a call.
It's a call?
Yeah, a chip EV, it's a call.
I'd probably
40.
free bet because I'm crazy.
Just
I don't think
fold.
that's crazy. I don't think that's crazy.
Yeah, this call is good.
But this one is spicy. This is never,
Oh,
always folding here. Am I making a
Me too.
mistake?
I think it's close to a fold or a three bet. I don't think you call.
Yeah, I think it is
Probably-
close to a three bet.
queen nine.
fold.
might be bet. I
I
think.
probably
this
just
is-
fold. Because if the cutoff was deeper, I'd probably three bet, but he only has 25 bigs
Oh, yeah, he's short too. I didn't even see that.
or hijack rather.
I'm not even three betting queen nine now.
So I just looked this up. Yeah, queen nine is, yeah, it's like a good three bet here, not queen eight.
Queen eight is just a fold, right?
Yeah, it's just a fold. But, you know,
You
I
can
mean,
call,
everybody-
it's probably the bottom of the line.
I wanna three bet that more than I wanna call it. That queen eight.
Yeah, I don't like calling.
Yeah, I don't wanna call that.
I think if you're deeper, like it's
I think
gonna
you
free
should
bet a
have
lot
made
more.
it bigger, cause you just made it bigger with queen eight. Like, look,
That was
at-
against two people.
I know, but it's like,
It's kind of the
What?
same, it's kind of the same size.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. It's a good three bet size.
yeah, 2 point.
Maybe 5.5. I wouldn't really wanna go much bigger than 5.5.
Like that, I think it's pretty much face up when you
Oh.
give a great prize to your opponent, you're in position, you're inviting the call here. It looks like it is what it is, no?
I see him. We're supposed to size down a little bit though, right?
We're
Yeah, it's
supposed
fine.
to-
You're
Probably
deep
go
enough.
6.
I would go 6.
Yeah. If we were
feel like
25 big blinds, I'd go 5.
So I think this
feel
is a
like
large
5.8,
bet,
I think it's-
actually.
Okay, so we see bet pretty big, but too high card, the flush draw, I think it's a good board to size up a little bit.
Yeah,
I
I think
agree.
you
I
could,
think that was
you
my
could even
thought.
go, you could even go 75% pot
Yeah, I
here.
would have gone bigger.
Yeah.
than that.
Is it a good turn?
It's not great.
We'll see.
Well, it's because it's an ace of hearts. He doesn't have a lot of flushes. 10 of hearts is on the board as well. He has jack king off and suited, but I mean, I'm definitely going for value.
I think this could be a spot to select.
Holy
to be
shit.
honest.
I looked up,
I like small.
I looked up the wizard
like-
solution and, it has a lot of jams here. Aces jam some
On the turn.
flop?
on the flop.
On
Yeah,
the flop.
Yeah. I
Without
told you
a, without
70
a, without a heart, it can just jam, just ship it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
it's,
the
but-
75, Peter.
Jack 10x, queen 10x, two tone.
Yep.
Yep, kings,
What do you
ace,
think?
king, aces.
Ace
Wow.
queen, I'm sure.
But that'll have a
Or-
lower SPR because you're three betting bigger in whiz, right?
That's true. I'll take it up to 40. Yeah, 40 effective.
Ooh, you were cooked, Tim. You were
He,
cooked,
did he jam the nuts on the turn?
yeah,
Yeah,
Jeez.
check jam.
check jam,
I-
take that, Tim.
Oh, he's out of position, I guess.
Yeah, how else do you play it?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then Tim says, no, we're not done here.
yeah.
Not done here, get out of here.
Was
Yeah.
Wizard ever a slow play in the top set on the turn?
The wizard is jamming the flop, Lewis.
Yeah, but on the node we go. So.
I'm looking it up.
You should not slip aces, I think, on that board.
I mean, even if you get check raised,
Yeah, it-
tons of outs.
It doesn't slow down. Actually, yeah, wizard likes my line. If we show up there, we're betting turn third pot mainly. Is that what I chose?
Yeah,
Yeah.
roughly.
Yeah,
Can't really check there, I don't think. It doesn't make sense.
I was just thinking like the SPR is so low, we can leave him in with some bluffs.
yeah.
She might bluff
Oh
river.
my god,
I'm
this is
just ripping
miserable.
it.
Just
I
pile
think-
it in, easy.
I think we might fold because of the big stack still in the pot that 3-bet us.
I'm
I
ready.
am
Oh,
always going all in here.
Me too.
Never
I'm not worried
fold.
about the big stack, but the cold 4-bet jam kind of sucks. I think I still
Yeah.
jam, but I'm not happy about it.
Church.
We're hoping he shows up with,
Ooh.
oh my god. Yeah, we're hoping he shows up with ace king, right?
Yeah, or like ace queen or pocket jacks, pocket tens.
And
But like,
like that.
I think we're flipping a lot. And we're cooked a lot.
Ace queen is fold, but ace king, I don't know. I won't fold.
Not folding very much here.
I mean, people have to be cold 4-bet jamming enough, right?
It's not cash, Nick. It's tournament. In cash, of
Well, I
course,
studied
think you
tournament
can
for-
fold.
I studied tournaments for 3 years, so
Yeah, I know, I just, bad job.
I hate to say, but it depends on the player. I mean, I see people do this shit, like, you know, they're gonna do this with like pocket fives, pocket fours too, like. you
Yeah, yeah.
Flipping.
If
Block
on
aces
global you
and
fold,
King, we
on
block
GG
aces
you
and
call.
kings.
Yeah, it's funny cuz I'm always flicking the chips in. You guys see any merit in folding here?
I think it's close.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
it's close,
merit.
but
I
I'm,
think it
mean,
sucks.
With
There
the
is a
turn?
little
yeah.
bit of ICM, like, I'm not saying there's a lot, but
Now it's kind of big stack versus mid stack type of thing, right? It's gonna be a little higher.
yeah.
I like, Danny has a comment in the chat about that last one, that on the aces hand, he still has tons of pair plus gutters with 1 hearts. I just wanna highlight that. I really agree.
Yeah, and I,
Louis, what hands are you ahead of here?
Spazzes.
Ace queen
Ace queen
occasionally.
Yes. Which I don't think
It-
ace queen is really in line. I think ace queen is out of line, but
I agree.
know, he'll
I
have
think
it-
you're
he'll
only
have it
ahead of ace queen
sometimes.
and it probably shouldn't be in range, maybe ace queen suited. So you're flipping or crush most of the time, which isn't generally a spot you want to be in, especially late in a tournament for half your stack.
you're hoping for spaz equity.
yeah,
You're getting
I-
odds though.
I'd be in there with ace king suited. I think
I'm not
this is
sure you are
just
getting on.
borderline.
Yeah, I think this is really close.
Isn't there like merit that the buttons bluffs are going to be like ace X? So when we are flipping, it's kind of a fake flip.
That's true as well.
I mean, I think it's for sure close, but I'm not folding too much here.
Because like this
Like, I
button
know it
range is gonna be
sucks.
it's gonna be super polar. It's gonna be like jacks plus, and then it's gonna be like some ace 5, ace 4, you know,
Can
maybe
we put
king
it in
9
HRC?
suited hands. It's gonna be like it kind of sucks because like when the button's bluffing and we're flipping against this guy, we're not really flipping. We probably
Yeah, I
have
think that-
like 30%.
No, I think there's merit to that for sure.
Well, the buttons, like, the button's playing against a 50 big blind stack. Right, so like he should have all kinds of bluffs here.
Yeah, it's gonna be polar
But-
the button range.
But a
Well,
lot
I
of them
wouldn't-
are gonna have a ace or a king in them. The vast majority of them.
Ken, can you HRC it?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have a lot of ace and king in his hand. But he's also gonna fold a lot here.
No, that's not. Lewis is saying that we're likely if small
of
blind
our
has
outs
like
is dead.
10. Yeah, one of our outs is usually taken from the button's 3-bet range.
But
Right,
that's
suppose
mitigated by
suppose
the
that big blind has
six-
queens every time. We don't have 6 outs, right?
Yeah, but that's mitigated by the extra 6 dead chips when he
Okay.
folds there.
Tim,
True.
how many
Fair.
people started the tournament?
I think this is about 4,000 people. I ended up in, I think, 150th.
So,
We started day 2 with maybe call it 600 runners, which is like 15% of the field, and then we're gonna
So-
play through to about 150 people.
maybe 400 left?
Yeah, probably somewhere in that range, 400 to 300 left.
I don't know, Tim, usually the day 2 is like 2,000 players, 2,500 players.
You could be right.
And then yeah,
Oh, so wait, when I saw the number on Sharkscope, that was just the number for day 2 that were 4,000 players?
yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, because they like set
Okay,
it
yeah,
up as
so-
a new tournament, don't they?
As a
The
new
final
tournament. Okay,
day.
so day 2 had 3,200 players. Wow, okay, I did really run deep.
Yeah, and usually 2,000 of them are paid at least.
I think everyone was paid.
That's right. Depends on the week, but sometimes they just show up and yeah. Everyone is paid.
Yep.
Alright,
So
so
Okay,
how
wow, so yeah.
far- How far from the
Button
money
can
do you
still
think
have
you
aces
are?
and kings here too. That's a
at this
consideration.
point, we're like 10% of the field left, Ken.
And which is how many people?
200. I think.
We'll say 200.
Well, Tim, you finished like deeper than that?
I finished at about 150th.
Yeah. 300 later, 200 layers, yeah.
And you're in the money. I got the biggest payout structure I have is a Sunday squeeze. It's paying.
Well, yeah, and then you can just guesstimate
496.
us at
We'll
like,
say like,
you
said
know,
you're
final
about-
10 tables or something.
we'll say there's like 200 left. So this works. So you're
Great,
in the money a
great.
little bit. Alright, and then you open 2x, right?
Yep,
And the button 3-bet
it's like 6.5.
went 6, he went kind of big, huh?
Yeah, it went kind of big.
That's normal.
3.25.
You're 50 effective. What's with all the obsession with these tiny three bets? Like, that comes in when you're under 30.
And well, I'm not gonna change
I'm
it.
Well, I think a
running
hand or two ago, I was like 35 effective. That's, you know, you
Yeah,
could,
yeah, yeah.
you can make an argument for changing it just a
I'm
little.
also
I
running
probably
it
was
on
too
I-
small in that aces hand, but
Since
Running it
it's
in what?
all in, we can also run it on ICM miser.
Oh,
Oh, shit. Okay, man, with this, I gotta go. Multi-table.
I'm debating whether this is gonna end up being a fold.
Let me share.
alright.
You should be able to just click it.
This is the ICM miser result.
Okay, so it's a razor thin call. No,
Push.
not even.
This
Well,
only
it's
gives
better
a
than that.
push.
Turning 15% of aces.
Yeah, okay, it's not the worst.
Why are aces only +1?
It's. It's plus 1% of the, um. Like ICM value of the tournament, right?
My screen gigantic.
Oh,
It's not plus 1 big blind. It's worth a lot more than plus 1 big blind. But I think it's, yeah, I think
Did you
it's
mark
it's measured in your
the-
percent of the dollar value of
Joe,
payout.
Joe, have you marked the several tables, not the like last table, final table?
Yeah, I ran MTT mode, 200 players left in 2,000 player
Yeah.
field.
Okay.
Alright, that's reasonable. That's reasonable. Okay, so it sucks, but it's a call.
Ken? Are you running it still or no?
and
Yeah,
Joey,
it's
does it
fine.
have the jam range for big blind there?
What
Yeah,
position is the hero in?
Low jack, button, cutoff, hijack, low jack.
Wait a second, is there a 1.6 big blind stack at the table?
Yes.
Okay. So we're low jack.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. There's still 200 people.
I just wanna make sure I
Yeah.
did it right.
the
Yeah.
big blind push is coming from offsuit queens, suited tens. All the pairs, all the suited aces and ace jack and ace 10.
Yeah, I don't think that's
What?
realistic.
What? Can we look at that?
Yeah, no.
It's very polar.
Joey, can we edit that in the tool?
Yeah,
What's the jamming range, Joey?
That's insane.
What did it give you?
Ken, can you grab the screen or
Here.
no? No,
Thi-
never mind.
this is what it gave. This is the big blinds pushing range.
No.
It's, can you show it again?
Every suited ace,
Oh, no, I don't have this.
that's ballsy.
That
This
is nice.
is, I,
Take a look at how wide the button is raising.
The button's very polar. But I still don't have this for the big blind.
I mean, this isn't the big blind range. Like,
Yeah, no, this
This
is the
is-
third.
This isn't
Yeah.
right.
what, yeah, something's going on here.
Button is raising any too? Hey!
But it says
This is,
17% here.
This is GG, not admission.
Is there a copy of this hand history? It's just curious. I want to run in my semizer as well.
It's in
Yes,
the chat.
In the chat.
Alright, so we need to edit this.
Somehow Joey got,
Yeah,
Yeah, Joey, something's just
somehow he got
massively
the same
wrong.
results though.
I think it's gonna make ace king a fold.
No, ace king's still in there.
So this is a bounty one, yes?
I have almost the same results for him as the, even though he's got this screwed up, I still have almost the same results in the big, for hero.
Can you show?
Oh, yeah, guys, I
your-
wanted to mention that this is a bounty. Yeah.
Can you show your HRC cam, please?
So
Oh,
this is
I didn't-
bounty the whole time we've been looking at.
oh,
it.
it's a bounty, then definitely cool.
What?
Yeah, but we don't know what people's bounties are, so it's always, it's hard
Why
to.
weren't we told this?
So, I don't know, P24 gives me bounties now.
Oh, does it? It has
It
the
does
bounties
for
in
me.
there?
It started like I started noticing it like a month ago.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, Ken, share the screen, show us the HRC, please.
Got a long way to go, which is, problematic.
Is this a turbo or regular one?
Yeah,
Regular.
cuz obviously ace king's in there, but I'm wondering if it's better to shove it or just call.
Okay, so the button here is still really wide.
This has got a long way to go. This is the problem. Like, a lot of this noise is gonna go away. Like this stuff here.
So
This is
what's
a
our
good-
calling
this is a good
range for MP? Kings and nine?
Now, big blind. This is what I have.
We're not big blind.
I know, but we're going
Okay.
through.
That's the big blind shoving range. Yeah, that looks better than the range I got.
So MP.
think this is too wide,
calling
though.
with-
King 9+.
Okay, so
Yeah, I
his
think-
king is still printing.
I think that sevens is still wide. Like sevens, really.
So
I
is
mean,
it
I
saying
think-
it's, is it saying it's a better call or a shove?
We're never gonna call.
Shove.
It's a bounty. We're definitely gonna shove with ace king.
Calling is actually, okay, it's a bounty, so you're shoving.
It's
But
not a
calling,
bounty, is it?
but it's got a long way to go, so you can't read into this yet.
It's the global say too, it's not a bounty.
Global Millions Bounty Edition, it's written on the HH.
Ken,
Which,
can we
copy.
take out, like, go back to the big blind range? Like, do you guys think they're gonna be jamming ace 8 suited, ace 9 suited, ace 10 suited?
I
Ever?
don't think so. Like cold for bet jamming, never.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I think you can take
Um,
out sixes and sevens as well. Maybe they do this with eights, but
I see
But-
people show up with these stupid bottom pairs, man.
yeah. I mean, this is. Yeah, but it's a $50 though. $50 tournament. It's gonna be.
Take
It's
out
a
ace
fif-
10 too.
It's a
That's-
$50 that have lots of $5 satellites to
Like this
Yeah,
out.
Like, yeah, I mean, sure, the garbage pairs can stay in there because some people do that, but like, no one's cool for bet jamming ace 10 suited here.
How about we give 1 in 4 people do it?
Sure.
I mean, I think ace 10 suited is more realistic than like sixes and sevens.
Give him ace five suited every now and then.
I'm learning from this. I'm gonna start cold 4-bet jam and ace 9 suited against these, loose 3-bets.
Well, I think this part of it that is getting the big blind wide theoretically with the solvers is that the button is the daddy and he can kind of do whatever he wants at the table.
Right.
Ooh.
So if the button knows that, then we can attack that.
Yeah,
But if they're just knitting it up anyway, then we should.
yeah,
chill.
if the button's got like a normal range of like this and maybe a couple bluffs.
So obviously the big blind goes way down if he's not jamming worse ace X. I mean, it's still in there, but it goes, the value gets cut in half when you get rid of these suited aces that are worse.
I
But
think
it's
its
still
range
in
is
there.
sensible.
Alright,
It's still in there, but it got cut in half. The value of it got cut in half.
alright, so there's no way around it here. Ace king is good enough.
Do you see how much big blind's bounty is in your, in HRC there. Gee,
We got scammed again. Is that a good open?
It's pretty
Let me
thin.
see, I think it's in, I don't think it
Yeah.
shows it on the table, Tim, but I think it's in the hand history. Let me look.
I'm opening this in a PKO with the 5 big blind stack and small blind.
True.
yeah, I think this is an open. I think it's close. I'm opening ace 5 off and no more.
Like bet on this river? Value?
What did we bet? Did we bet flop or turn?
You checked all the way.
No, we didn't.
We bet flop and check turn.
I think we called flop.
Oh, call flop.
So we checked all the way here. Is this too thin to bet small on the river?
Yeah.
I like
I
the
think
small
so.
bet.
2 or 3 big blinds, something like that.
I would
Yeah, for
block,
sure.
yeah.
Getting called by like, I don't know what. Maybe
Hmm,
something
Yeah,
worse.
you're looking to get cut by pocket eights.
Pocket eights.
bet 1 or 2.
That one's kind of solver approved. We actually do check this hand on that flop a lot and we can check call it.
For sure.
Board out of position, it's up, very short. Bet
High
one.
frequency check. It's a very high frequency check.
Think it's a very high frequency check. Okay. Often.
Just a little weird, cuz like, what's his range here in reality? I mean, I know we can look at a solver range, but like in practice, what? He just has like. I don't know.
It's gonna be suited nines, right?
Is
Stuff
this
like
not
that.
a spot where we can bet? We have like some betting here, no?
I don't think I mean, we can check. I don't think at 15 big blinds out of position on a paired jack board, we will. We're gonna have a lot of garbage and our strong hands are gonna be able to get the money in regardless.
Louis, wizard checks 65% here.
So
Yeah.
35% bets, right?
Yeah, but 65% betting is like a range bet, right? It's like,
What kind of hand do we bet? Can we see the sim with them?
Yep.
Is it gonna be like wrap around the jack because we have a 10 or more like clubs?
You gotta,
Can be both, no?
I don't know, it's a little bit of everything. The value is, of course, some jacks. Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Of course, it's out of position single raise pawn. It always a little bit of everything.
Like if you're,
Yeah,
if you're checking your ace 10 here 100% of the time, it's not optimal, right? So you need to be.
yeah, no, you wouldn't wanna,
Hmm.
you wouldn't wanna bet 100%, or you wouldn't wanna check 100% either.
It bets a lot with no club, it looks like. Well, not that combo.
Yeah,
I don't
in
know.
some of them, yeah, in some of them, yeah, it does bet more without the club.
Okay, so we have some bets here. How do we structure our strategy? Just bet a little bit every now and then?
Go with
Where-
the roll. You roll high, bet.
Check, we get this turn.
I think we have to bluff now.
why?
Are you bluffing? You get showdown.
I mean, we do have showdown. That is true.
What better hands do you get to fold?
I don't know. That is a good question.
One thing we can say on the flop, we get called by some worse aces.
This range is
We
weird.
probably
It should-
still do on the turn, like if he's sitting here on the turn with ace 5 suited that he decided not to bet, like ace 5 of clubs, he can call us on the turn.
Like maybe you can. Scam.
Now
it
on the
a big
turn,
Line or two, no? Okay.
now we want the club. It's weird.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I have the bounties on Poker Stars at least, and it's only, they only show up in the raw hand history. They don't show up on any of the other, they don't show up like at the table when you're playing it back. But if you go into the raw hand history, you can find the bounties. For what it's worth.
I would bet 60
I'll
to
show you.
70% here.
So we're low jack versus small blind.
Yeah,
I check here. worse queen. Small blind, strong range.
Small blind is a strong range.
I don't think you check a lot here. If Lewis says check,
I
it
think,
must
I
be a
think-
check very often, right?
I think he might be right on this one. It feels fine, feels. Unless that heuristic doesn't hold up here for
So
whatever.
low jack
reason.
versus small blind, 35 big blind effective. Bet or check?
Bet. I bet.
Wizard has a range bet here.
Range bet.
Yeah.
This is a bet. Okay. Say we range bet and this thing comes here. Do we bet again?
Yes. Oh, against small blind?
Typically,
Yeah.
yes, but I think with this card, no, or with our hand, no.
I
I'd
would say
check
more,
it.
no, because of small blind.
Wizard
I
would
think
check
there's-
if we had bet flop and the ace comes, we now take a check.
Yeah,
How many percent?
we don't have extra equity by holding a king or a jack or a relevant blocker here by holding a king or a jack. So, just get a
Exactly.
check.
Yeah, I'm disappointed to miss that flop bet. That's it's definitely money I missed.
So we do we barrel on an ace when you have the queen?
Nope.
You guys are sure?
Yep.
Oh, I think I
And
have.
if
a
you
short
don't
for that.
have a queen,
Never.
The ace is bad for us because he floats a lot of aces from the small blind here.
Queen, 10, 3.
Well, yeah, not even floats because he still has his whole range.
Well, no, like if we bet the flop, right? He still
If
has
we bet,
ace high
yeah.
No,
diamonds,
it's
spades
rainbow.
and ace high hearts.
Yeah, I agree. Like he has a lot of, and he has some
Really?
ace 10, he has some ace X. Some of his queen X and 10X have gut shots now and can find calls.
Flop strategy betting a lot. But not a range bet though. Is,
Wizard allows for a 20% bet that allows us to bet a little bit more. This one only allows for a 30% bet. That's probably the
Okay.
difference.
yeah,
It's
Oh.
16% wizard checking.
ace of hearts.
Oh, is that right? I see it as 3% checking. I ran it at 35
Against-
effective.
Against small blind?
Yeah, 3% check,
Hijack versus small blind 35, right?
low jack.
Low jack. That might make a difference, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
I get the sim for hijack versus small blind, 30 big blind effective.
That's fine. It's close enough. But yeah, so Louis, you see, if we bet, then we do slow down on the turn.
Yeah.
Even
Oh,
if we
wow.
check, we still don't bet this turn. If we check, we still just sit back.
You're right, I see 3.7 now, huh?
This is one of those spots, man. In game, it's just always an ace.
Well, yeah, and this is what the thing I mentioned at the beginning of the session where like, sometimes I'm taking these passive lines and being like, oh, I can bluff catch. And then you set up with these spots where they never have bluffs. Like I should just bet the flop.
Seems
Well,
like.
this- yeah, I agree.
The
I
sim is always an ace as well.
yeah, I agree actually. Like it's like when I don't bet the flop against the big blind, and then all of a sudden I decide to check, and they just start betting, and I got a bluff catcher. It just puts you in miserable spots. That's why
And
I
then they
usually
have,
just bet.
they have a wonky 2 pair,
Yeah. That's why I usually just bet range on like most boards against the big blind, like just small.
They
It just makes
bink
your life
some-
easier.
Yeah,
Well,
they
you
big
know-
some weird backdoors.
You don't typically bet range against small blind very often.
I mean, that's true, but it's still just, this is good enough.
So you should
I
call.
know, I know why. We just got such a nut advantage here. That's probably why it's betting. Like we're a tight range. They don't have the top of their range.
Is this a
They
squeeze?
have queen 10.
I think it's ace 10 suited to squeeze,
I think
maybe
you
ace
call-
9
no, I
suited
think-
calls.
I think you're spot on. This is ace 9, ace 10 just pure calls, and ace 9 is a squeeze.
Vice versa. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, let's see.
Squeeze not all in, right? Like make it 7?
yeah, same
Yep.
question. Okay.
So can somebody look it up? Button cutoff hijack, low jack open. Hijack call, we're on the button with 30 big blind.
Yeah, I looked it up. 30, this is mainly a three bet, but it calls like 40, 30%
And what
of the
about
time.
the ace ten? Ace ten, you just call?
Pure call. Pure call.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And if it's 25, same.
What are we squeezing more? All suited aces here?
Suited
or-
nines.
No, suited
nine.
tens and jacks really. King ten suited, king jack suited in my sim.
Mhm.
It's the ones just under the call range. So we're pure calling ace jack, ace ten suited, so we squeeze ace nine suited, a little ace eight suited. And then like ace jack off a
Okay.
little.
Oh,
pocket
this is
eights a
One big
little.
miserable.
under call.
Oh, this is miserable.
Wow,
And there's a bounty in the big blind.
wow. Uh,
He's in the middle, so he shouldn't bet like a lot at all.
I
He's
think I'm
betting
calling.
exactly half pot.
We beat
But
some worse
I think I know,
nines.
I think I
We
know how
beat
I'm gonna
eights.
approach this spot. I don't remember this, but like having such a vulnerable top pair, top kicker, like
You wanna rip it?
really feels like a rip, right? For
Yeah,
pot.
I think this is just a call.
I think I would call, but I do see where you're coming from.
You wanna call because you don't wanna push the bounty out.
And now under the gun or low jack calls too.
Yeah, just
I
try
thought
get to
Oh my
showdown.
God.
Here, do you not bet?
Just
all
try
in?
get to showdown now. I think.
Oh, I'm all in on the turn for
I'm all
sure.
in on the turn for sure, before something scary.
Yeah.
happens.
I mean,
Like
it's already
that's the
scary.
worst river card in the deck that we're about to see.
Like when they bet here and then you call and then everyone calls, who knows where you send it this end, but after it goes check, check here. Like
mean,
this
are you-
guy's super cap, maybe this guy still has a big monster. But I don't like,
I mean,
what-
what are you getting called by though? Which you're beating.
What do you,
like
an
he's
o- an
raising every
open-ended-
strong hand he has on the flop.
Yeah.
no? When it
An
goes
open-ended-
nines here,
An open-ended straight or a flush draw.
he's raising anything good he has here. When he has jacks, queens, anything. Pocket seven, he's always raising here, right? He never just
Yeah.
smooth calls.
They're calling 20 big
Plus,
blinds with an open.
Louis, we're happy to fold out, jack ten and pocket eights.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I
With
get
love
super
that
cap
result.
there, I'm going on it.
I get that, but I just don't think you're getting paid by anything worse.
Yeah, I don't see how we found. Ugh,
Hit it.
yeah, how we found.
Oh
But we
no, you
got
didn't get the
paid.
bounty though.
Didn't get the bounty, but we were never gonna get the bounty. That's okay.
I like how you played that personally.
I don't know. I think turn's a pretty clear bet.
I just think you're just never getting paid by worse personally.
It doesn't
I
matter.
think on the turn, we
You have
got
to protect.
some decent information being in position to make a strong play, I think.
I agree with you, Louis. I think we have value in our position and we can leverage that value by betting once we find out that they're not that interested in the pot.
10-9 suited maybe. I mean, there's still a few hands that will call.
Yeah, yeah. King nine, like you could have king nine suited in there.
I would call it off here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
this
sure.
this is a mandatory call.
Woo! Oh,
Bing.
queen six.
That's
Dirty,
out of range for him.
dirty.
And a
Oh,
bounty.
that's
I
a little
mean-
bit wide, right? I would fold here. I think that's
Yeah,
a
it's
raise.
okay. We cover 1, 2, 3, 4 of them.
Louis, what's the
Um,
lowest pocket pair you're opening here?
Sevens?
Louis, I think this is a theory open.
In a
I
PKO
think it's two
deuces.
ten.
Yeah, I think
UTG
I'd
plus
open
one.
it.
Have you
Yeah,
watched Justin Saliba's run on the WSOP bracelet he won?
I actually have.
He's really, really tight.
No,
Like,
I think the reason you're tired.
I saw him folding like king, queen here.
Wow.
I
mean,
saw.
this
This
him
isn't-
stage of the
tight.
tournament?
He was very tight.
No, it wasn't. That was a final table though. Bro.
Yeah, it
Like,
was
it's-
deeper
yeah.
than that, but.
That's a little different.
No, I fold here because of the rejam stacks personally.
So like if it's, I think it's close, right? That's all I wanted to say.
I,
What about
Oh, for
pocket
sure.
fives? Are you
Under the
calling
gun
pocket
one, I'm
fives?
never opening this, by the way.
I
Okay,
am if we're all 30 big blinds, but because of the rejam stacks, it makes me want to fold.
I don't even open that in chip EV.
just call here.
No, I'd rather open it here than in chip EV.
No,
No,
I,
jam.
no, you can jam here,
I
right?
think we rip here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's a
15
booty.
effective.
Get the
15
booty.
effective.
Oh,
No,
All
you
in.
want-
I would just call if we were 30 effective something, but with, at this stack depth, I don't know, I'm just jamming.
I think
Yeah.
call is
Yeah.
very bad here because you let the others come in for a potential bounty.
Yeah,
Wizard agrees. It says that, calling,
I would call here.
calling loses
You
half of a
can't
big
fold
blind.
that.
Yeah, I agree.
okay. That's a little bit tight. I'm always playing. here.
Interesting. What, this is an under bluff spot, but I mean, yeah, we have tens. I don't know, you can be doing it with sevens, right?
You had to read it with
Eights,
the net,
nines.
Tim?
Probably, I mean, that's probably what's going on here, that I'm like happy to bet
It's
once.
like,
and-
you just call him pre already? Oh, he's a nine,
Ooh.
but you don't
Oh,
have,
it's only a.
Yeah, but he's only got 11 hands.
and then you just like bet small, he calls. Yeah, rips turn, I mean, I'm always playing here. What, do you remember that hand? No?
I remember it, but yeah, it's a
Okay,
tough one.
okay.
Whoa, really?
It's a weird line. Like, what's he doing that? What bluffs does he have?
That's the thing. I mean, that's my
I don't
issue
think
in
he has
game. It's
worse
just like,
pairs.
I don't know, I'm always playing, I'm never folding here.
Even against the nit, I'm shoving here pre, but
fair enough.
just because of the booties, like you're gonna be flipping sometime.
All in? Oh no, limp, limp.
I
is
like
not
no,
bad.
I like limp. I like limp here.
No, oh no. Oh, it would be all in if you had an ace, so we're good, we can value.
I like how you play that.
I would check flop. And check probably, I don't
This
know
is
if I would
all
check
in.
call or check raise, but
Alright. Oh,
Cold call, never
Oh,
feels good.
I remember what happens.
oh.
You're behind it. You hit a 2 out on the river. That's what's gonna happen.
you hit quads on the flop.
Oh my goodness, Tim, what have you done?
GG aces.
Oh,
We know how this
Okay.
goes.
oh,
Oh,
No
we go.
way.
tell me, Ken, how do you
Diamonds.
think it's going?
Diamond,
runner,
diamond,
runner?
runner.
Nope, that's it, guys.
Diamond?
This-
Nope.
Oh, it's just over?
A
I thought
jack,
it was
Another
Wait.
guys.
No.
Another,
you
another.
hit
Jack
a
on the
1 out
turn
on the
for-
river.
are we gonna
Surely not.
survive?
We don't.
Oh,
We do not
Surely
survive.
not.
We do not fight up another day.
No, okay, oh. Pocket six, you go all in,
Good luck.
ace. We're back. Full house, look at this.
Did he bet into a dead side pot?
Mhm.
Are we
Oh,
gonna
we
survive this one?
oh
Well,
we
there
did
was a
bust.
few
We
bigs in the
survived.
side, on
We
the side.
survived.
Not this one.
Wow, such a cooler flush over flush.
Yeah. So just can, huh? Alright then, well played. You made a couple of mistakes, but, it's all like, kind of stuff you can, improve on kind of easily, I think.
Limp
Yeah, I agree.
check.
That ace king off one is still kind of haunting me.
Which one? The jam pre-flop?
The big, yeah, the big all in.
Yeah, it wasn't making a ton of money, but it's still profitable, no matter how we put it, right?
Which one?
The big ace king
It-
pre-flop where the guy.
Well, but it's not no
Oh.
matter how we put it. I mean, the range that we ended up with was still kind of like probably wider than reality. There's just spots where people like literally only have like queens plus. Some players. The trick is knowing which players those are, right?
Yeah,
So if we make it a PKO though, you're gonna wanna probably get involved more, right?
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Or maybe not,
so-
since you don't cover the button. And he shouldn't be, and he should even be jamming tighter since he's covered by both of you.
Yes and no, it cuts both ways though, because like if button ever like snaps me off with ace queen, then that's great.
What was
That's
the
a
You
very
get
good
to
buy-in?
spot.
jam wider cuz you'll get called wider.
$50.
So how much did they give you for that game?
That's like $600.
Oh, very nice. Nice little Sunday.
Yeah. Nice little Sunday. I don't know. I'm still thinking about that. Those last two jamming jacks or folding tens and then jamming jacks. I mean, I think there's an underrated skill of like large field events, which is getting out of the way from the players who are too tight. Like if you just get it in when like quote unquote you're supposed to in some of those spots, I'm really worried about, just like always running into the nuts.
Yeah, tens was the funky spot, right?
I think it was white magic. I don't think I
Maybe.
folded the best hand. I think I
Could be.
folded the worst hand.
Could be.
Yeah.
This game's all about knowing when to hold and when to fold it, right?
Oh my god.
Gotta
Alright,
know.